If you're going on a cruise, you're probably wondering what to pack, but it is just as important to know what not to pack for a cruise. This includes things that the cruise lines provide, prohibited items on cruise lines, and unnecessary items that take up valuable space in your luggage. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewhilecruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I recently asked experienced cruisers, what do you no longer pack for a cruise? And by the way, about 3 years ago, I made a video similar to this. And when I went through it, I was surprised at how many of the things are actually different from back then. It does really go to show you how cruising and maybe even how people's travel habits have changed. And while this video isn't in any particular order, I did save the 2 most commonly mentioned items for a little bit of suspense. I left those for the end of the video, as well as some honorable mentions. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. Oh, and it does go without saying, however, if there is anything that you think that you can use from this list, don't simply blindly follow it. We are all different, so in the end, you do you. A GoPro camera, or an underwater camera, or even a fancy camera. This was something mentioned quite a few times. And you know what? As people said, first of all, for the GoPro, they said, you know what, I'm on vacation. I am not filming a YouTube video. So they don't really need it. But most people realize that the phone that they actually have in their pocket, and like it or not, that most of us carry with us, has a camera that actually does a fantastic job. And a lot of people might be surprised, but it's what we actually use to film our YouTube videos. Number 2, refillable water bottles. Now, this one really did surprise me. And I know a lot of people still bring refillable water bottles or their thermal coffee mugs. But many people said that they tend to get the drink packages on a cruise. And if they're getting the drink package, these things are already included, and therefore there's no reason to pack these extra items. Printed documents for cruises, for flights, for hotel reservations, shore excursions. A lot of people say, you know what, I no longer do that. And I really was thinking, have times changed? Because I definitely would recommend that up until recently. Now, I do still think that you need to be cautious because there are some cruise lines, Carnival for instance, that still says, you know what, you need to print out your document. And if you're booking your shore excursions with a third-party tour provider, oftentimes they ask you to print out your documents as well. Towel clips, the big, the bulky ones, the flamingos, the flip-flops. I still think that they are super cute, but they definitely take up room in your luggage. Instead, what experienced cruisers are mostly using today, and I would say a lot of first-time cruisers as well, are towel bands. And in fact, recently I tried thinner towel bands, and I was very impressed with how easily they stretch and how durable they are. So many clothes and shoes. We had so many comments about this, including people saying they no longer bring 37 pairs of underwear. They no longer bring a pair of shoes for every daytime and every nighttime. And a little bit to my surprise, many people said they no longer pack with checked luggage and instead are cruising with a carry-on and personal bag only. And this is where Nomad Lane, the sponsor of today's video, comes in. This is the Nomad Lane bento bag, and because I love organization and structure, it's my favorite carry-on personal bag. It fits perfectly under the seat on an airplane, but it also becomes the most organized embarkation day bag that you have ever seen. It opens up clamshell style like a suitcase, so you can pack on both sides, and the light interior lining means that you can actually see what you're looking for. There are dedicated compartments for toiletries, tech gear, and important items like your passport and keys, plus enough space for a change of clothes and essentials. Now, one detail that I really love is the padded laptop sleeve in the center of the bag instead of on the outside. It protects your device from impacts on both sides. Now, we actually had an Uber driver that dropped our bag, so I know. My little carry-on secret, however, is that I pack a compression packing cube with 2 days of clothes, a swimsuit, sandals, makeup, toiletries, sleepwear, and my tech items. That way, if my luggage gets delayed, I have peace of mind knowing that I have what I need to mix and match in a worst case scenario. And Nomad Lane now has their own Sato compression packing cubes, which are designed to fit inside the bento bag and other Nomad Lane bags. They're made with premium water resistant material, have smooth, easy pull zippers, and compress clothing by up to 50%, which helps to keep everything neat, structured, and easy to access. It's easy to carry, either crossbody or by sliding the trolley sleeve over your luggage. It also has room for a water bottle and a little hidden spot for your phone. It's stylish, practical, and makes travel feel easy and organized. Now, I will leave the link to Nomad Lane along with an awesome discount code down below in the description of this video, as well as a pinned comment. Towels. Now, especially if you are a first-time cruiser, something that you should know is that you do not need to bring any towels on a cruise. Your cruise ship is actually going to give you pretty good quality, large towels to be able to use at the pool deck and even to be able to take off the ship for excursions. Just make sure that you do bring them back, because otherwise typically you are charged $25 per towel. Big shampoo and conditioner bottles. Now, I have to say, I used to bring these when my kids were young because we would really go through all of this. And I do think that this also depends on your cruise line. What some people said is that the cruise lines actually have a good quality shampoo and conditioner, and they do not need to bring their own items. However, I would beg to differ depending on the cruise line you're on. For me personally, I'd rather even bring travel sizes than have to use a 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. If you know, you know. Now, speaking of big shampoo bottles, something that people say they no longer do, even if they tried it in the past, was sneaking in alcohol in those shampoo bottles, either that you have at home or that nowadays that they sell on Amazon. Now, the fact is that cruise lines have actually kind of become wise to this. And even though there are many products that are sold on Amazon, it is just a bad idea to try to sneak this on. Cruise lines do random checks of luggage. We've even had our luggage checked on a cruise. They put a little sticker on so that you know. And if they find it, they are going to call you down to the naughty room to confiscate it. Now, there's no judgment here. So if that has ever happened to you, I have a couple of friends it has happened to, please let me know down in the comments below. Now, other potentially confiscated items that people just don't bring, because once you know better, you're not going to bring this. So these are irons and steamers that are just not allowed on a cruise ship because they're a fire hazard, drones without having the proper permissions, or multi-tools with a blade like a Leatherman. A sound machine. Now, I don't personally sleep with a sound machine. My husband, Frank, tried it at one point because he has tinnitus, and he just didn't find that it helped that much, but many people do love a sound machine. However, there are apps now that are really quite good and that do not take up any extra room in your luggage. A companion. A lot of people said, you know what, I cruise solo now, and I don't try to wrangle a friend to come with me anymore, or wrangle a relative or a cousin or a sister to come with me anymore. If I want to go on a cruise, I go on a cruise and I travel on my own and I have a great time. Books. Now, I have to say, I stopped bringing books a few years ago, mostly because I had good intentions, but I just never got around to having the time to actually read them, but I still do enjoy it. In any case, what people do bring instead, though, are Kindles. And this is something I've even thought about getting in the past. I haven't done it yet, but I think I might for my next longer cruise. Now, we've got a couple top ones coming up, and then I do have those honorable mentions and a bonus. Gym wear. Now, I have to say, if you go to the gym, make sure that you bring gym wear. But a lot of people pack for a cruise like the person that they want to be, not the person that they are. So when it comes to gym wear, especially if you're a new cruiser, if you think maybe I want to try out the gym, definitely bring one gym outfit or maybe, you know, an extra gym top. But don't bring gym wear for every single day of the cruise because there's a good chance that you are not going to use it. All right, now this one was mentioned by hundreds of people. Formal nightwear, and in particular for the men, it is a tie. So while some people did still bring a suit, depending on the cruise line that you're on, if it's more traditional or if it's less traditional, definitely the ties were something that had to go. The other thing, though, is in general, formal gowns, suits. A lot of people are saying, you know what? For men, they're dressing in a nice pair of pants and a shirt. Some people even said the fanciest that they're going to get is a Hawaiian shirt. And a lot of women said, you know what? I'm wearing a nice dress or a little black dress, but my heavier formal wear is now left at home. The cruise essentials that you don't use. Now, this is going to be different for everyone. But many people said they no longer use the over-the-door organizer, that they do find that on newer cruise ships there is a little bit more storage space. And I suspect that one of the reasons that people don't use this anymore is if they used to cruise with children and now they don't have children in their cabin anymore. Because when I've seen some of the comments from people that are parents with children, this is still something that they find very practical. Now, other people said that they no longer bring water shoes or they no longer bring snorkel gear. And I think that, again, is all in what you are planning to do during your cruise and excursions. And magnet hooks. Now, not everybody, but some people said they tried magnet hooks and they just don't get the appeal or find them useful. I have to say that that person is not me, but each to their own. Now, I have some quick honorable mentions and then a bonus. People say they no longer bring their kids, their ex-husbands, their in-laws, and sometimes their husbands. But the biggest thing that people say they no longer bring is their work on a cruise, their anxiety on a cruise, or their stresses, which I think is definitely the best thing to leave back home. Now, I am curious, is what you no longer bring on a cruise on this list, or do you have any others? Please let me know down in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now and happy cruising.